So at this time, I'm excited for you to all meet John Haremza. He's a black diamond in our company. Not only is he my enroller, he's also my mentor and really good friend. So John, the call's all yours.
Well, Donna, thank you so much for that kind introduction. And folks, I'm super excited to be with you this evening to share a little bit more about Javita, why we're so excited about it. You know, Donna talked about it being the biggest thing that she is ever going to do. I definitely believe this is going to be the biggest thing I've ever done as well. You know, folks, a bit about my background. You know, Donna, shared I'm, 25 years in the industry. I've earned $14 million in personal commission. But folks, I entered this industry. I mean, I was a blue-collar worker, high school education, living in a small town in Minnesota, now live in Fargo, North Dakota. Never sold anything before in my life. And, this business, this industry has completely and totally changed my life. Now, I share that with you, not to impress you, but just more to impress upon you what is possible here. I mean, you think about, when you look at something like this, the thing that's so exciting is it doesn't matter where you live, what your background is, what your financial position or your age or your education. The only thing that matters is that you recognize, get excited, and take action with Javita. And I can tell you, lives can change where you're going to wake up one day like Donna has and enjoying the lifestyle and the freedom that a company such as Javita can provide. So we're very excited to be here now. Folks, once again, I'm 25 years in this industry, and over that 25-year window, I've learned a lot of lessons. I've studied the industry, and, I've met a lot of people that have had incredible success. I've met some that have struggled, people that have not had the success. And what I've learned is this, is all of these companies, these opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements: the company, the product, the compensation, the timing, and the training and support. And here's what I know. If 2 or 3 of those elements are missing, it doesn't matter how good you are or how hard you work, you're going to struggle. And so if you know someone that's been involved in something like this, maybe they didn't have the success they had hoped, or maybe that's even you. I bet if you look, something was missing. But if you look at Javita, and as I go through this tonight, you're going to see that all of the 5 elements are clearly in place. That this is almost like a perfect storm. And I'll go as far to say, and I may say it again, but what you're about to hear about, with all of these elements in place, will probably never happen again in your life. This is truly an opportunity of a lifetime. But, one of the other reasons I'm so excited is the industry that Javita is in, not just the coffee industry, but the weight loss industry. And this is something I know a bit about because I've struggled with my weight my entire adult life. When I say that, I mean I have tried everything. And for those of you that struggle with weight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You think about it every day. You're willing to try anything, and I've tried everything. I mean, from the meal replacements to the shakes to the prescription drugs, acupressure, hypnosis. I mean, I've done it all, and one word sums it up, and that's miserable. I mean, every diet I've ever been on, I have been miserable. They're costly, they're complicated, and as a result, there's simply no compliance. Now, we look at Javita, and really the brilliance behind this product, Javita Weight Loss Coffee. Number one, you are not miserable. Coffee is something that you look forward to. You can't even imagine starting your day without it. As far as cost goes, the average person right now spends about $40 a month in their coffee. And if you're drinking Starbucks or one of those premium blends, you may be upwards to $100, maybe $150 a month. So this becomes the most inexpensive weight loss program out there. As far as complication, again, you're in the habit of it. Nobody ever leaves the house forgetting to drink their coffee. And what this means is compliance. This means, matter of fact, the compliance here with Javita is nearly 10 times what the industry experiences. And I believe that's due because it's coffee, because it's weight loss. And, you think about compliance from a stand. Here's what I know. Whatever it is you do to lose your weight, if you're not able to or willing to do it the rest of your life, you're going to gain the weight back. And when you look at coffee, you can do it the rest of your life. Matter of fact, you're going to do it the rest of your life. This is a brilliant, brilliant product. Now, getting back to those 5 critical elements. Number one, the company. You're seeing a picture there of our home office. It's in Boca Raton, Florida. We have a distribution center in Salt Lake City, Utah. We have a branch office in Tokyo, Japan, and another distribution center in the Netherlands. We are 100% debt-free as a company. Pictured up there in the left corner, Stan Charlstein. I've actually known Stan for 18 years. Stan, as a president, a founder, a CEO, has done more than $1 billion. That's what it'd be, $1 billion in sales. Has paid out nearly $600 million in commissions. And Stan, along with his team, the core of this company have been working together for 18 years. Now, I share all this with you simply because if you're going to put your time, your energy, your effort into something, it's just important to know the infrastructure is in place to support you. Now, the name Javita, it's made up of two Latin words, Java, meaning coffee, Via, meaning life, Javita, simply coffee of life. As you think about why coffee and tea, because we now have tea, Warren Buffett, he talked about the key to success. Rather than going into an unknown or a small market and try to dominate it, he says go into a large market and do just a little better job with the goal of getting a small percentage point. And that's what we're doing with Javita. You think about coffee, $120 billion market. Tea, $100 billion market. Weight loss, $100 billion. You put that together, folks, we address a $320 billion industry. If we get even a fraction of a percentage point, we will be $1 billion company. And here's what I can tell you, that if you're a part of something that's small, as Javita is today, and you help that company become big, is where we're headed, folks, that is where fortunes are made. That is where wealth is created. That is the opportunity that I believe you have here with Javita. Now, you look at coffee and tea, second most consumed beverage in the world, second only to water, second most traded commodity in the world, next to oil. Billions of cups of coffee are consumed worldwide. Now, 87% of the people here in North America drink coffee, but 50% of the world population drinks coffee. Now, this is important because Javita is a worldwide company. It's not just North America. You can live, as Donna does up in Vancouver, I'm in Fargo, North Dakota, wherever it is that you reside. You'll wake up one day, like Donna, and you'll have people drinking coffee all over the country, possibly all over the world. And this is very, very exciting opportunity to open up for you the world as a global opportunity. The thing about coffee, unlike most any other product in this industry, it's something that you're going to do the rest of your life. And what that means, folks, is residual income. If you introduce Javita to others, you are creating a residual income that you can enjoy the rest of your life. Now, let's talk product strategy. Now, all of our products are natural and healthy. The coffee is an estate-grown South American coffee. Of course, our tea, award-winning Japanese tea. We've infused this coffee and this tea with natural herbs. It's kosher certified. It's gluten-free. And instant coffee is, number one, convenient, but it is delicious. Single-serving packets go with you wherever you are, wherever you go. The instant coffee market, if you look at it globally, 40% of the coffee sold here in North America is instant, 63% in Europe, and 80% in Asia. So, this is the right segment to be in within the coffee marketplace. Now, we launched our company 2.5 years ago with a product called Energy Plus Mind. The herbs within this coffee, which is Gotu Kola, Coca Monero, and green tea. The science, the research, the studies behind those herbs show that it increases your energy, your alertness, mental clarity, and overall memory. Folks, what this is simply a better cup of coffee, and it's a fantastic product for us, but it was actually 20 months ago that we introduced our second product, which is Burn Plus Control. Folks, this is weight loss coffee, giving you high energy, burning fat and calories, controlling your appetite. And now our third product we just introduced here a month or so ago, which is green tea, called Lean and Green. It is weight loss tea, burning those fat and calories, helping control that appetite, blocking sugar from being absorbed. But let me just take a moment and explain a little bit more in detail the herbs within the weight loss coffee, the Burn Plus Control. Two herbs. One is yerba mate. Yerba mate boosts your metabolism, by increasing your cardio burn rate. You're simply going to burn more calories throughout the day by drinking this coffee. It suppresses your appetite, increases physical energy by aiding in delivering oxygen more efficiently to your heart and your muscles, and stimulates mental clarity and focus. The other herb within the coffee is Garcinia cambogia. Garcinia cambogia reduces your appetite as well as blocks an enzyme in your body inhibiting carbohydrates and sugars from being stored as fat. And as a result, it burns fat rapidly. Dr. Oz did an entire episode on Garcinia cambogia, actually called it the holy grail of weight loss. Now, our third product, which is the green tea, the lean and green. This is an award-winning Japanese tea. The herb that I just mentioned, Garcinia cambogia, is in the tea. So it's in our coffee, but it's also in our tea. And then another herb called Gymnema sylvestre. Gymnema sylvestre is a sweetness inhibitor. What that means is it'll cut down on those cravings that you have for sweet. It promotes, suppressing your appetite. It blocks sugars from being absorbed, helps balance your blood sugars, and also has a positive impact on the production of insulin. So really just a phenomenal product. What we find, people drinking 1 or 2 cups of the burning control in the morning, maybe winding their evening or late afternoon down with a cup of the green tea, having phenomenal results, helping manage and control and lose that stubborn weight. The key is to do it long term. See, folks, we've embraced these 5 words. I call it live, drink, drop, share, and earn. And what that simply means is, unlike every other weight loss program out there, we are not asking you to turn your life upside down, to starve yourself or deprive yourself. Simply drink the coffee, and as a result, you're going to begin to drop the weight. Now, we have a component called share. And our coffee, and coffee in general, it's just so comfortable. You know, I spent most of my life in this industry, in supplements, selling vitamins and nutritionals. I kind of now refer to that industry as the convincing business. You're always trying to convince people to spend money they're not spending, do something they're not doing, and it's a compliance nightmare. Folks, when you say weight loss coffee, the line begins to form. This simply is the easiest thing I have ever done before in my life. I mean, think about it. Friend, family member, coworkers, 3 people to drink the coffee, and you can get your coffee for free. Now, you can only imagine, with what I've shared with you, that there's an incredible income opportunity available. And what's making it possible is network marketing. And if you're not familiar with network marketing, you need to think of it as nothing more than another form of distribution. And to better understand that, if we compare it, so let's say traditional distribution, say retail, right? Target store. And you look at a Target store and you think about all of those products sitting on the shelves, understand about 50% of the cost of those products sitting on those store shelves is advertising. They're bringing actors and athletes and high-budget advertising campaigns, hundreds of millions of dollars to get you to pick those products off the shelf and purchase them. Well, you see in network marketing in Javita, we spend 0 on advertising. See, people say, how is it possible for people to make the kind of money, earn the kind of income that we talk about? Because we're not paying Tiger Woods. We're taking that money and we're paying real people with real results. And really, folks, what makes more sense than that? Now, I want to touch on timing. And, when I was, I was raised under the philosophy, if you will, that the secret to success was simply to work hard. And I think most of us would agree that's a sound philosophy. But then we look around and we realize, there's a lot of hard-working people that don't make much money. See, it's not working hard that creates success. It's working hard in a growth environment. It's growth that magnifies and multiplies your efforts. I mean, if you're working hard today in a flat and/or declining industry, or you're with a flat and/or declining company, it doesn't matter how hard you work or how good you are, you're still going to struggle. But when you can, put yourself in an environment of growth that magnifies and multiplies your efforts. I believe there's really 3 primary reasons why people fail in network marketing. One is they simply don't apply themselves. Yes, folks, you do need to talk to someone to have success here. But the second reason people fail is they get involved too late. They miss the growth of the company, right? And if, for those of you that are viewing that, you're seeing some photos up in the upper right-hand corner of some companies that are billion-dollar companies. And those folks that helped those companies become billion-dollar companies made fortunes. Now, the other thing is there's people that get involved in a company that doesn't work. It goes out of business, and that doesn't set too well either. Well, why do companies go out of business? Two reasons: poor management or undercapitalization. And when you look at Javita, that just isn't the case. I mean, we are debt-free. We're profitable. Our management team has been working together for 18 years. We've got a brilliant product. But there's some very distinctive tipping points that trigger growth. When a company hits $1 million a month in sales, something magical happens. Let me kind of paint a picture for you. If you can imagine fishing, right? And if you're fishing in a company less than $1 million, it's like there's no fish biting. And when no fish bite, what happens? You give up, right? You say the fishing is so bad, I'm going home. Well, before $1 million a month in sales, it's a very difficult environment. At $1 million a month in sales, it's as if you floated over a bit of a honey hole and the fish start biting. You think, wow, this is really great fishing, right? And so the environment of success has changed. Well, that happened for us this past May. At $5 million a month in sales, the fish start jumping in the boat. Well, here's the key to wealth and network marketing, folks. We as a company are sitting right at just over $2 million a month in sales, what I call the sweet spot. The goal is to build a base. So when we hit $5 million a month, you're no longer fishing. You're driving the boat. You've got a 500, 1,000, 200, whatever it is, fishing out of your boat, being able to capitalize on this explosive growth that is going to take place in our future. So, folks, if you understand it all, what I've just shared with you, you should have chills going down your spine because, folks, the timing that I just described, that you have the opportunity to participate here in Javita, I believe will never happen again in your life. Now, let's talk compensation. Now, as it relates to compensation, understand that 50% of every dollar that Javita brings in, they pay it back to people like you and I to help others learn and understand what Javita is all about. Now, that 50% is spread out amongst 10 profit centers, and I'm not going to get into these 10 profit centers and risk overwhelming you because I think what most people want to know is this. Okay, what do I need to do and how much am I going to earn? So let's take these 10 profit centers and put them into basically 4 ways you make money. First one being immediate income. What is immediate income? It's you sell a box of coffee. You sell a box of coffee, you're going to make $10 to $20. When you enroll someone new, you bring someone new that says, you know what, I want to do this too, you're going to make between $100 and $250. So we have people out there that are selling 10, 20, 50, 100 boxes of coffee a month. We got people out there bringing, 3, 5, 10, 15 new people in a month. So you can see how this immediate income can add up, but you're in control of it. You can go out there and do as much of this as you want. Now, the second profit center, main profit center, is what I call leveraged income. Now, leveraged income is when you're leveraging the time and the efforts of others to help you grow this business. So as you begin to bring people in and make that immediate income, what are they going to do? They're going to do the same thing. They begin to bring people in. And the people they bring in, they bring people in, and so on and so forth, where you have to leverage their efforts, make between $15 and $100 every time someone else joins the company. So leveraged income, very exciting. And then we have residual income. This is the mailbox money. This is the monthly consumption. It's a virtual oil well, people drinking coffee every day, month in, month out for the rest of their life, and you're making money as a result of that. This is, really why we do network marketing, that whole idea of doing something once and getting paid again and again and again. That's our residual income. And then we have bonus income. Literally tens of thousands of dollars to be earned in bonus income. For those of you that are new, just looking at Javita or just joined, you want to learn about our top 5 bonus, our star bonus, and our iPad bonus. And then as you begin to grow and we help you be successful, you can find yourself, as Donna had mentioned, in a brand new BMW that Javita is paying for. There's an infinity bonus that you can tap into, a global infinity bonus, and also rank advancement bonuses. As I share all this with you, and you're saying to yourself, it really sounds great, but can I really do it? Well, folks, we only do 2 things. We share Javita with others, and we follow up to determine their interests. As far as sharing Javita with others, it's about being excited. think about if you've ever gone to a really good movie. You've eaten at a great restaurant, and you're excited about it. You share that with someone else, and your excitement, your endorsement towards that influenced that person to go eat at that restaurant, to go see that movie. And that's what we do here at Javita. See, if you can get excited about what I've just shared with you, because we have tools. We have tools, conference calls, and we have websites and all kinds of things that you can do to help people better understand what Javita is all about. And the second thing we do is we follow up. And we always say the fortune's in the follow-up. We're here as what we term as your upline to help you with the follow-up process. We'll actually go right into your living room to help you launch your business in what we call a launch party or a Java party to help get your business off the ground. Here's what I can tell you, folks, that when you say yes to Javita, that's when our job begins. Now, when it's over, that's when our job begins. And before I, go on here, I got a couple people I want you to hear from and what they're experiencing. First off, I'm going to go to the Fort Lauderdale, Florida area. I was actually with this couple yesterday as they're leading up the South Florida, the Southeast Florida marketplace in the Fort Lauderdale, Boca area. Jim and Jamie Toll. We've got Jamie on the line with us, directors in the company, just an incredible couple. They've had tremendous success in traditional business in their background, but now they're super excited about Javita. Jamie, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jamie, and what we'd love to hear is a little bit about your background, why you're excited about Javita and what's happening in your business.
Well, thank you so much for having us or having me on the call tonight. My husband's out doing a Java party tonight, which is what we get paid to do, which is just an incredible concept to both my husband and I. Being traditional business owners over the last 16 years, and we have 4 kids, we actually own 2 different businesses, and the stress and the overhead and insurance and employees and everything that we had to deal with, I look back at that now. I can't believe that we did that for as many years as we did, because now it's all about sharing this incredible opportunity with people and sharing the coffee. Here in South Florida, of course, we drink a little bit more iced coffee and iced tea because, here we are today at the end of February with a 90-degree weather temperature today. Sorry for those up north. But like Donna and you have stated, this is just the timing of this company, the opportunity for everybody. It's absolutely the financial freedom to get a residual check. I mean, I know for my husband and I, if we were injured, if something happened to us in our traditional businesses, we would have been in trouble if that had happened. We would not have any kind of a residual income coming in for us. It was, it was a day-by-day thing depending on the jobs that came in. So for us, this has just been a complete blessing. The company, the timing, everything is just so perfect. We're driving a BMW. We've gotten an iPad. We're on our way to Diamond. It's really been a tremendous, tremendous experience, and your mentorship has been amazing, so I want to thank you for that.
Well, Jamie, thank you so much, and congratulations on you and Jim and the success that you're having. And we certainly appreciate how you are leading up that market and all that you do for everybody else. So we all thank you very much, and congratulations. Folks, we're going to go, and I believe this is Southern California area, Carla Vargas. Carla is relatively new to our company, but has just become a diamond. Just happened yesterday. Became a diamond in our company. Does not really have any experience in this industry whatsoever. Has just taken Javita and just really embraced it. And has, it's just really amazing what has happened. And I just can't wait to hear the story. Carla, are you with us? Give us a little bit of your background. What's happening to you here in Javita, why you're excited, where you live. Tell us the story. Carla, go ahead.
Hi, John. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Yes. My name is Carla Vargas. I joined Javita 7 months ago. I am a mom to 3 beautiful kids and a wife to Ken Vargas. I have a full-time job. I do Javita part-time. Javita was introduced to me by a high school friend of mine whom I call my Java angel, and her name is Joanne Wenceslao. I joined this business because of a personal goal of losing weight and be healthy. With my last pregnancy and my travel schedule for my full-time job, I gained so much weight. And because of Javita, I am now 15 pounds lighter and 3 dress sizes down. Before Javita, I used to wake up in the morning. I can hardly walk from the bed to the bathroom. And now I am healthy. I lost weight. I'm fitting to, smaller size clothes, and I just feel great. Just like what my friend did, she shared it with me, and I share this with my friends and with my family, and I continue to remind our members to share it with the people you love, people that you care about, people you think that their health will improve because of our coffee and our tea. And because of that, I have our organization, our team has grown. I have over 1,200 members in a team, and last night I was doing a Java party, and I got a lot of text messages and people posting on Facebook, and I hit Diamond. I am very fortunate to have a really incredible team. Everyone is just helping each other, and they're sharing this coffee and tea with people that they care about. So, I'm still in cloud nine, and I can't believe it happened, and I'm just so excited, and I wish more of the Javita members and new business partners to see this opportunity, because as I lost weight, I joined this just to lose weight and be healthy, and now it has changed my life and my family's life financially as well.
And Carla, you mentioned you're part-time, so what is your full-time job?
I work for a healthcare provider. I am in sales and marketing, and I travel quite often. I actually hardly see my family, and I see them. I use the mini iPad that Javita gave me to say goodnight to my children and to say, to catch up with my husband. So I travel quite often for my job, and I work for a healthcare provider.
And where do you live? You live in Southern California, right?
Yes, I live in Arcadia, California.
Is that near what, San Diego?
No, it's near LA. It's about 19 miles from LA, near Pasadena.
Okay.
And we actually had already a couple events with Bill Ball, and just recently we had an event with Stan Charlstein. And it was an amazing event, and it's definitely a milestone in our Javita journey.
Wow, that's fantastic, and that's just kind of a testimony, also, folks, to the support that's available. How when you say yes, I truly mean that. That's when our job begins to help you have success here. And folks, if you're brand new looking at this, you're here in Diamond. What does that really mean? I mean, that is the top echelon of our company. Carla's been able to do that on a part-time basis. That's a monthly income. Around $15,000 a month just by being there. She gets a $10,000 bonus. So part-time, unbelievable. Carla, congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing with us this evening. I know everybody appreciated it, and we appreciate everything you're doing. So again, thank you very much. Folks, as you're looking at this and you're saying, it sounds really great, what do I need to do to get started? A couple options. One is you just may want to be a customer. We recommend to become a preferred customer. It doesn't cost you anything. Actually, it gives you the opportunity to save money. And even you as a preferred customer, we give you the opportunity to get your product for free by helping 3 other people. But if you want to tap into the opportunity like Carla has and like Jamie has, you want to become a member. And to become a member, 3 options. We have a starter pack, a business pack, and a business elite. Now, the starter pack is where you kind of stick your toe in the water. It's $99, gives you 2 boxes of coffee. Your membership is included in that. You do have limited access to the financial opportunity. And so, if this is the only thing you can do, then this is what you should do. But what most people do is start with the business pack. This is $499. Your membership is included in that. It's 14 boxes of coffee. So you have some coffee to get out working for you. You can sell some coffee. You got some coffee to get out there sampling and selling. You get 3 websites to promote your business, full back office. You get full access to all of the bonuses, the entire compensation plan. And, of course, it's a better value. And, here's what I know. the way you get started kind of sets that example on how other people are going to follow. So it's hard to get somebody to do something that you haven't done yourself. Now, what's increasingly becoming more popular is actually our Business Elite Pack. This is 34 boxes of coffee. It's $999. You get 6 boxes for free. So it's the best possible value. Brings it down to just under $30 a box. Of course, full access to compensation and, websites, your memberships included, all of that. But you've got that much more coffee to get out there. We find that people, when you say weight loss coffee, the coffee is selling so fast. And that's why so many people are beginning to join with this pack to really help jumpstart their business and duplicate it that way. Here's what I'll tell you. Get started somewhere between serious and nervous. You want to be serious about this. We don't want to put undue pressure on you. But here's the other thing, is you want to demonstrate your commitment to others. And the way you get started also helps demonstrate that you are excited and that you are committed. And so keep that in mind as you make your decision. And, whoever put you on the phone will help you make that decision. But, if you think about, do I want to do this? Well, we have fun, free coffee, lose weight, additional income. I kind of look at that as worst case scenario. For me, what if it comes down to being able to, quit your job? And I would guess Carla's getting close to that. What if it, turns into a 6-figure income or even a 7, that dream income? That opportunity to work from home. To exit that rat race, that traffic, that hustle and bustle. What I believe Javita does is give you the opportunity to really own your life. Recognition, tax advantages, the personal growth, being around positive people, very, very exciting. Most people live in this someday world. Everything is going to kick the can down the road. Someday they want to change their life. Someday they want to lose that weight. Someday they want to get out of that job that they hate, right? Save for retirement, build that college fund, get out of debt. Everything is someday, someday, someday. And if you don't believe me, think back 5 years. What was life like 5 years ago? And what is it like today? And the sad fact is, for most people, not much has changed. But here's the scary thought. Look ahead 5 years. And because I can tell you this, it's going to be a snap of a finger, and we're going to be 5 years down the road. The question is, will, if anything, change for you? And that's where Javita comes in, because we can change the course of the next 5 years of your life and get on track to change your life forever. So, folks, get back with the person who put you on the call. Make your decision, not someday, but today. Don't procrastinate. It's the thief of success. Good night, and have a great evening.